In this chapter we're going to take a quick look around the address book. It's a very simple chapter, so should be quite quick to get through. So to look at the address book we need to go up to our Contacts Manager, so that's the fourth button on the nav bar. Now to look at the address book there's two ways. You can either click this Getting Started link here in the main panel, or you can click the blue link in the sub-nav. Now within the address book we'll be able to see every single email address, every single contact being saved into the system. So regardless of how many lists you've imported or how many individual names you've imported or saved into the system, each and every name will be saved in your address book. So essentially this is really the heartbeat of MediaMailer, where all your data is stored. So it's very good to get familiar with this. Now at the moment we've got 5 names in our address book. Now 4 of these we imported earlier on into the system using the list import, which is covered in another tutorial chapter. We've also added another one manually, but what I'm going to do is actually show you how to manually add people to the system. Now you probably won't need to do that very often, but it's quite good to add yourself to the system manually, because when you're sending out emails the best thing to do is first of all send yourself a test. So adding a new contact is quite straightforward. So what we do is we'll click the Add New Contact button and we'll complete the form fields. So if we'll just call ourselves John Williams. Now you can complete the date of birth if you like. It's not necessary, but you can do it. The useful thing about completing the date of birth is if you ever do a campaign at any stage that may actually need to find people within a certain age group. But for the purpose of this demonstration we'll just look over that. Now what we'll call ourselves JW at MediaMailer.com. Now the company, we'll fill that in. We call it Media Guard Limited, that's the company that owns MediaMailer. Occupation, we'll just call myself a web developer. Country, United Kingdom, and we'll just put a bogus telephone number in the telephone number field just in case we might want to keep that. Now there's 10 other data fields. Now these are very useful. They don't actually associate to any particular information, but what you can do is use these for your own custom data. Now the thing to bear in mind is that all of the data fields that are held within the address book can be used for personalisation on emails. So for instance, you can make MediaMailer paste in the first name, the last name, the email address, the company, occupation, even the date of birth of someone on your emails that you send out. So the individual that receives an email will get their own individual data embedded. So it's a really cool feature. But what data 1 through 10 allows you to do is add your own data in. So for instance, if you run a shop or a business and you want to hand out coupons or individual unique ID codes, you can put those in here. So you could say coupon 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you send data 1 to someone embedded with an email, they will receive that coupon code, and that can be used to come back to you, say at your website or your e-commerce store. So it's a good way of actually getting people to read your emails and then come back and get people to get back to you. So it's a great way of making sure that you're staying in touch and your campaigns are being successful. So once you've added people or someone to your address book, you can simply press Save Changes and they get added to the system. Simple as that.